Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News for Tuesday, April 21st, 2026. Stand up for your country. So a lot of confusion today with the Iran situation. The latest is, and this could changes hour by hour, that Vice President Vance, who was supposed to lead the negotiating team to Pakistan, has not left. He's still in D.C. because the Mullahs won't, I guess, give the Trump administration any indication of cooperation. So we're not making any progress. The world is not making any progress on this front. And I don't know, no one knows whether that will change. Just keep in mind two things. This is not a hard negotiation. All it is that weapons inspectors from Austria would be allowed to go to Iran on a regular basis to see what their enrichment of uranium is and how they are tending to their ballistic missiles. That's it. If Iran would agree to that, and why would you not if you weren't a warlock nation, okay, then the whole thing would be over. But they won't agree because they want this. The Mullahs want this. In fact, they love President Trump to carpet bomb the country and kill 5,000 Persians. Mullahs would love that, love to see it happen. Okay, that's a trap they have laid. And going forward, okay, we have to make a decision, the United States, on how to punish these people. It's a very difficult decision, but it's not a difficult negotiation. That's it. Let the weapons inspectors in, then everything would fall into place. All right, I hope we all understand that you're dealing here with a country that doesn't want the conflict to stop. It doesn't care if their own people are killed. Very tough. Very, very tough to deal with that. All right. So the delegation is standing by in Washington, I understand. It's Kushner, it's Witkoff, it's J.D. Vance. But they're not going anywhere unless they get a signal that Iran is willing to agree to some of these requests. So now we wait. And you can watch cable television all night long, all day long. You'll hear speculation after speculation after speculation. And none of it's true. It's just a guess. The talking points memo is what is not a guess and what is true, what is actually happening. So the ceasefire will end tomorrow. In Iran, 8 p.m. This evening, Tuesday, here in the USA. I assume President Trump will extend that ceasefire, but I don't know. And I'm almost falling into the same trap of the television news industry. But I assume he's going to extend it, hoping that some rationality comes in. The U.S. Navy today, remember they're ahead over there 8 or 9 hours, boarded another vessel and took it into custody. So how many times did you hear Iran controls the Straits of Hormuz? How many times did you hear that? 100 times? They do not control it. The U.S. Navy controls it. Doesn't really help worldwide commerce because there is disruption. And the insurance companies based in London don't want to insure the tankers going in and out of Hormuz. And that delays everything. These tankers, the insurance on them, like $2 million a trip. Okay? But the U.S. Navy has control over that part of the world. All right, it has turned back so far 27 ships. Wouldn't let them in, wouldn't let them out. Does that sound like Iran has control to you? That made me so angry when I was watching it. I just go, I'm a journalist and I just see this and they don't care whether they are misleading their audiences. They don't care what they say is true, which is why you're here. Now, in Washington itself, there was a small demonstration, all left-wingers. These are veterans groups who go under the title of Vets Against Fascism. About 120 of them turned out, and they demonstrated against Trump and the Iran conflict. Here's what one of them said. Go.
My sons are 11 and 13. But we all know from Iraq, from Afghanistan, a war that's 1 month, that becomes 6 months, that becomes 6 years, that becomes a decade. I can see where this is going.
Okay. She has a perfect right to do that. She earned the right by being a vet. I may disagree, but I don't mind she's out there. 120 protesters showed up. About 60 were arrested. Nothing will happen to them. Okay, they'll be taken in, they'll be processed, and then they'll be let go and their charges will be dropped. That's what happens now. Now, here's an interesting story. You may have heard me say Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut was the worst Trump hater on Capitol Hill, and it's true. He is. So Murphy, on April 20th, gets involved in an X back and forth. And someone points out on X that 26 Iranian shadow vessels have bypassed a U.S. blockade. Okay? Whereupon Murphy, a sitting senator, says, awesome. Awesome. Like, that's good. I'm glad. So now Murphy, and if everybody had listened to me last week when I told you how crazy this guy is, Murphy. Okay. Here's what he says about it. Go.
I probably should give up on sarcasm on Twitter. Obviously, anybody that's seen anything that I have said about Trump's war knows that I think it's bungled, mismanaged, and he should end it as quickly as possible. But sarcasm is not something, I guess, that's allowed on Twitter any longer.
Do you regret the post? Are you planning on taking it down?
I mean, I guess I just have to be more careful about sarcasm on Twitter.
Sarcasm about what? What's the sarcasm? The post was that 26 Iranian vessels have evaded the U.S. blockade, and you go, awesome. What are you being sarcastic about? I'm not understanding. I don't understand what the sarcasm is. I don't believe the guy in the first place. He's happy that the vessels evaded the U.S. He wants the Trump administration to lose the Iranian conflict. That's what I believe, based upon his previous statements and what a hater he is. But his explanation, like I'm being sarcastic, about what? Sarcasm isn't in play here in any definition at all. Awesome? That's stupid. Now, if you said I was just being stupid, then I can probably agree with that. But I know that he wants Trump to lose. He's not alone. We did Thomas Friedman in the New York Times last week. He did the same thing. I don't know. I don't want to give Trump a victory. Okay. And then there's The View. Now, I'm picking on the ladies here because it's so insane what they're doing there. Roll a tape on that.
No, none of it goes away. And that's why they are planning on a draft. They're planning on a draft. And you're bitching and moaning that there are women who are part of the Army, Navy, and you're getting rid of people and you talk about who shouldn't be. What the hell are you people doing?
And what it is they're changing that you no longer are, you used to have to opt into the draft. Now it makes it automatic.
It's a draft.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's a draft. Because if you're 18 to 25, they're looking at you.
Well, they're increasing that age too. It's beyond
How old is it
25.
now?
I think it's 42.
Well, of course, there is no draft. There never will be a draft. American people don't want a draft. But Whoopi Goldberg believes there's a draft. It's almost, you're just like, is this true? Or am I in a delusional state here? Finally, Pope Leo, the story, thank God, is dying down. All right, the Pope's on his way back from Africa to Rome, but the press does not want to let this one go. Roll the tape.
So what do you say to people who see that, who see your criticism of the...
Look, nothing, I have no disagreement with the fact the Pope can say what he wants, and I want him to say what he wants, but I can disagree. I think that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. If they do, the whole world would be at jeopardy. The Middle East will be blown up and the whole world will be at jeopardy.
Now, Trump believes that, okay? Just as I guess Pope Leo believes something, I'm not sure what Pope Leo believes, because he hasn't articulated what he believes. I'd like to know what he believes, but I don't. But I know Trump believes that Iran would use the nuclear weapon. And he's not going to change that belief. So, recapping, we don't know where the state of the negotiations are. Okay? We believe that the ceasefire will be extended a bit. We have no idea how this is all going to come out. We know some in the press and on Capitol Hill are rooting against their own country. And we know Donald Trump can't afford to lose this. And that's a memo.